Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Good morning, Andy. Apologies for the delays. Hero non-zero 5120. It's Friday. I'm in slow motion this morning, as we just discussed off air.
I read it as heron, like the bird. Heron on zero.
Hero non-zero.
I wrote heron.
Okay. Go Panthers, Matthew. My goodness, you are on.
Honestly, I mean, wow. I'm kind of sold on the over now. There, kind of sold me on, like, it does feel like even if it's garbage time points, we might be getting to a big number in that one. Should be fun.
Yeah, if you want to bet the Panthers, my best advice is wait to halftime. They'll score some garbage time points probably, but I think the Rams are getting close to 40, if not over. We'll see. Andy, how is your Friday going? Have you had any kind of observations of the market? Have you consumed any media that has, like, since we kind of did our full handicap, anything that has changed your opinion, has caused you to raise an eyebrow, do a second look? Any injury news that you thought was of note in the last 24 hours?
Not really. I'm not easily dissuaded, although I am dissuadable when necessary. I'm not stuck in my ways. It's a bad thing to be, is stubborn, I think, in this process. But not really. Like the biggest news coming out is the Dolphins hiring a GM. We'll get some more injury reports, but I think, like, it seems like we're getting Lane Johnson. That matters. Basically, all those defenders for the Eagles practiced. The Bears and Packers game is going to be banger because everyone's healthy. Pearsall, DNP. I think that's kind of a rested up, and
they had
hope you can go.
They had him running routes. DNP felt like a little bit of an exaggeration. We also didn't mention Kyle Shanahan was very pessimistic about some of his players being available.
I think he plays. I think he is limited.
Yeah. Okay. We are on the same page there.
Not only are they going to go, but they're full of horse ketamine.
Yeah, we're in game of the year territory for Ricky Pearsall, as Kyle Shanahan says he's probably not going to play. All right. In seriousness, I don't have many comments on the goings on outside of the playoff teams. Bunch of bad teams stealing headlines this time of year always annoys me. Fuck them. Plenty of time to talk about them in the off season. Are you
suggesting that other teams should halt operations in this multi-billion-dollar project?
They shouldn't be covered like breathlessly, like the media landscape.
The coaching carousel's fun.
Who cares? I guess. Anyway.
I was thinking about this. So the openings. Arizona, Las Vegas, Tennessee, New York, Cleveland, Atlanta, Miami, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Possibly more.
Yeah.
What are your bottom four? Rank them. Everyone's like, what's the best one? There's like a bunch. And granted, it's a head coaching job. It's the pinnacle of your career if you are offered one of these jobs. Everyone's like, why would they take that? Like, not everybody can be picky. Not everybody has the Ben Johnson hype around him where he can wait a year. And some of these guys, it's your one shot. Someone is going to coach the Arizona Cardinals. I guarantee that.
Yeah. The Baltimore Ravens job stands alone because you get to coach Lamar Jackson, who is certifiable regular season MVP level.
Go the other way.
I'm saying like they're like that's in a tier by itself.
Oh, you're crossing them off.
That's in a tier by itself. The rest of them are all very bad. Very bad. I would listen to some argument that there's enough pieces in Atlanta that you could find success in a weak division. So that should be in a second tier after Baltimore.
I would have Atlanta and New York separate from the other.
I wouldn't put New York in a second tier. No way. Atlanta, I would set apart. The last six are all such bad that I would literally consider
New York is up there for me. What's so bad about New York? You have some young star. That's one thing. But as far as on the football field, you have some star players who are young. You have a rookie quarterback contract.
I'm not convinced at all that the star players you have that are young are capable of making it through an NFL season without getting hurt. Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, and Scatterbo. That's who you're going to war with. These guys are going to play 17 games. I'll believe it when I see it.
There's a bunch of good. Well, I mean, say that about Lamar then too. That totally invalidates your argument. Like you get to coach Lamar,
two completely healthy MVP level seasons in the last 3 seasons.
All them playoff wins.
I'm just that is what you're bringing to the table as a coach. Ostensibly, you're like, I can fix him in the playoffs. I can get him to calm the fuck down and just perform the role in the highest pressure moment.
I think in the last 5 years, the Ravens and Giants have the same amount of playoff wins, Drew.
I don't think that's true, is it?
I think it might be one. I think
the Giants keep won a playoff game. What playoff game?
Yeah, against the Vikings.
Oh, Danny Dimes. Oh shit, I forgot about
Danny Dimes. I had to go back 5 years.
Yeah,
the Ravens probably have 2 or 3. I'm just being hyper. Either way, we disagree. We disagree a little on the Giants.
They only beat the Texans, right?
Maybe they do just have one. Maybe I was right. That's not great.
5 years.
The
anyway, fifth year back is the one that I'm a little lost.
I would agree that Atlanta.
No, they won last year. They won one last year. So the Ravens have 2. The Ravens won their wild card game last year convincingly.
The Atlanta Falcons are a second tier team. I have the Giants up there. You're not as hot on them. And then the other ones are kind of rough. And I think my bottom 2 are out west just because you have no discernible quarterback situation in Las Vegas or Arizona. And you are in uber fucked territory as far as division rivals. Like as far as are there any other good teams or good quarterbacks in your division? Oh, all of them. All 3 for both of those.
Yeah.
Like Arizona and Las Vegas are kind of long-term rebuilds. Like you have to be sure that when you get hired there that like hey, you know how bad this is, right? Like I'm not winning games for 2 full years. You gotta afford me like 25 losses in the next 2 years, and that's the floor for that. I think.
Okay.
I have them below Cleveland.
Okay, so
because Cleveland has like a treasure trove of draft picks.
The point I was going to make,
good rookies. Yeah.
The point I was going to make was that after tier 1 and tier 2. If you want to put the Giants in tier 2, fine. I'm not. I look at all of the opportunities as relatively like you're not going to win, right? And if I'm taking a head coaching job, the first thing I'm thinking of is like I want an opportunity to pursue a championship. That's my mindset for sure. And if my choices are none of these are realistically you're going to pursue a championship, then I'm thinking about quality of life and longevity of having the job is kind of how I would rank those. So it's like intangibles, really.
Dead last.
So Cleveland's dead last for me, right? And and I think I would take Vegas. Sounds like I would take Vegas and I would take Vegas and Arizona over you. I would take Miami high. I think those would be my top 3 probably.
If you went intangibles, it's clearly Miami.
Yeah, Miami 1, probably Vegas
just living
2,
in Miami.
Arizona
no,
3.
I mean Miami is clear 1
great.
because of where you're living. Nice climate, but also the state tax thing. Like
Arizona,
that's big chunk of your paycheck. That
Arizona though, you could probably afford Cliff Kingsbury's house.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a nice house.
Tennessee is a weird one for me because Tennessee is kind of in that 3rd tier. I have them the best of the shitty because you just never know with Cam Ward. He showed some stuff. He showed plenty in college where there's definitely something there where you could talk yourself into, I can make this kid a viable starting quarterback in the league. It just was such a terrible coaching staff, such a terrible situation. His receivers were never healthy. He had all this churn through different play callers. Mike McCoy's not a good interim. Like I could talk myself into Tennessee being the 4th best one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's a stretch at all.
No, they got a lot. They got all their draft capital.
Now, if you throw out where you're living and like how to win, I think Vegas is dead last for me. Vegas, Arizona, Cleveland, Miami's a weird one. Like if you're just fully moving on from Tua without a super high draft pick, I don't know what the plan is there either. That's another one where like, hey, we might lose a bunch, guys.
Okay. The one intangible that might be nice for Vegas is there's a world where you get hired and they can't afford to fire you.
We keep saying that, dude. You know how much they're paying Chip Kelly as well. They're paying Chip Kelly a decent amount as well. Like, they're paying like 9 coaches. Yeah, I feel like the Vegas coaching hire is going to be hilarious because they just realize like we can't afford to make a splash here. We're hiring someone's quarterback's coach and being
might get to play
this is your shot.
You might get to play Shadow Creek with Tom Brady if you take the Vegas job.
Yeah, Chip was getting a lot of money. It might just be like we're broke. We're hiring someone's quarterback's coach because they'd be willing to take this job at a discount for the.
I recognize this guy's last name.
Yeah. Hey, he worked. Well, and that's where like seriously, Josh McCown, who worked with Darnold last year, like somebody who's worked with a quarterback who was good, because then you got to sell it to the fans too. Like, hey, look what this guy did when he was working with this quarterback. Or
hey, I honestly, Sam's onto something here. See how good the special teams are for the Chargers. You see what he got out of Cam Dicker, the kicker. You remember what happened last time someone hired a special teams coach named Harbaugh? It went pretty well.
This is ideal. Tom Brady to the sideline.
So good. He wants back in so bad. He wants back in so bad.
He doesn't. I don't think he likes announcing. He'd much rather be involved.
Fuck.
That would be fun.
Owner coach. Hey
guys. The Titans do have a ton of cap
Mm.
space. I think the downside there, again, Drew said, working for the Maras. I would work for 100 Maras before I work for Amy Adams Strunk. She has a kink for firing, doesn't want to hire good coaches, doesn't want to hire good GMs, just wants to churn them every 2 years. Like that's not a job where I'm seeing a long-term future.
I don't know. I think that there's a learning curve. She's can't get worse.
We will see.
The Maras have their fingers in so many things. It would just make me insane. Plus, I just don't like them. All right. The
Did you know that about the girl from the dragon tattoo, the Rooney Mara and Kate Mara?
Yeah, sure.
You know they're the progeny of the Rooneys and the Maras.
Of course, that's why her name is Rooney Mara.
Yeah, but that's just crazy.
This is old. This is history. Yeah.
Hey, I heard your grandpa owns a football team. Yeah, which one?
Both of them do. Yeah,
I know. I know. I think most people know that, but that's still just just boggles the mind. Like
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Who do you cheer for?
It's ridiculous that the two like old school football families got their kids together. Like that's a little patriarchal. Little Habsburgian, sure. I was thinking more like like the way that they mashed royal families together back in feudal times in Europe. Anyway,
see that 30 Rock with Paul Rubens as like a heavily inbred royal from Europe. That's all I can think of now.
Yes, that's funny.
Nepo grandbaby. All right, what do you want?
Hey, this is the second time Nepo grandbabies have come up.
Oh,
and 2 podcasts. Chris Shula yesterday. All right. Okay. You want to placate the fans? Hire a Shula out in the desert. But final comment. An owner / coach would be so great. And if it happens to be a Raider, and that would be amazing because of course we have was Al Davis owner / coach or owner / just GM? I can't remember. Was he ever the coach?
He was like a Jerry. I think he was the Jerry Jones.
He was Jerry Jonesing? Okay. He always had an actual
he was
coach.
Running the show too.
He always had an actual coach. Okay. Well,
I think you're confusing it because he was like on the sideline. There's so many pictures of him, right there. He did. No, fuck it. You're right. He was the head coach of the Raiders from 63 to 65.
We need it again. Okay, Andy, I'm going to set a yes/no price. between Carlayer, Say Gordon, and Tom Brady, the yes price that we will have an owner/coach on the field at some point in the 2026 season. I'm going to put it at 18 cents.
200 to 1.
What?
200 to 1.
No, dude.
It's not happening.
They're bringing Steichen
Tom
back.
Brady already has
Dude,
so many.
If Steichen
Tom Brady has so many
fired,
conflicts already that they're fighting through.
This is all the Colts. This is all the Colts said. We were hoping to
Brady's
see it this
contract.
year. We were hoping to see it this year, but it didn't manifest because the Colts won too many games early. If Steichen gets fired in season next year, the chances that Carly's picking up that headset are good.
See, I disagree strongly with that. I think the reason she has the headset on and she's explained it is to understand how to make the decisions for her job. And she said that. I think she understands that she is not, she needs the right people in the right job. She said all the right things about I need to understand why I'm hiring and firing people for these important jobs inside of my job.
She's so your yes is 50 cents.
I'm going. Yeah.
Andy is in support of
a fraction of a fraction.
You're not thinking out.
Of a penny.
You're not thinking outside the box like the script writers.
Reality.
The script writers are thinking outside of the box, Andy. We
already had a Jeff
you're
Saturday.
stuck in no fun league territory.
I know. Well, if you're saying like, hey, what would be fun? Yeah, that'd be fun. But if you're saying put a price on it, it is $1 trillion to 1.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Phil Rivers gets a head coaching job, I think, at some point. Sounds like he wants to. I don't know that you can bring him in that spot right off the bat. He has to get some.
Phil Rivers coming back and playing quarterback for 3 games or 4 games or however many he did. That stirred the spirit of competition in so many of the old retired guys. There's going to be a wave of them that are all marching back. You know it, right?
So
not to play, but to coach.
Al Davis coached prior to the merger, but he did win AFL Coach of the Year.
That's awesome.
And then also Executive of the Year later on in the NFL. So
was he the voters? He gave himself those awards.
Apparently.
Look, real quick on the markets. It's been pretty static and pretty boring watching the screen this week. I'm not really seeing much of anything newsworthy happening in terms of market moves. I do find it interesting that Circa is taking stands against the entire rest of the world on a couple of these. They are not going to give you Panthers 10.5. If you want a cheap 10 on the Rams, you can get one at Circa. They are very pro Packers against the Bears. They are very pro Jags against the Bills. I love that. They seem to be kind of leading the charge with the Eagles trying to get to 6. They seem to be unwilling to bend as much to the Chargers support as some of the other folks out there, and they are unwilling to bend to the Steelers support. So the fact that the Circa kind of with me on Texans, Patriots, Jaguars makes me feel pretty positive. I'm hoping that they are right and that we are right and that we get those wins. The weather in Chicago still looks gross, in my opinion. 44.5 is our total. Keep an eye on every kind of circulated report about the wind gusts. Right now, it's looking like 15 to 20 for sustained winds, gusts in the 30 to 35 range, from what I can tell you. But it is obviously a fluid situation as you have lake effect nonsense going on there, right?
Yeah, I think it's a very fluid situation. It could be very different from how we view it right now. So,
or do you think it's softening?
No, I think it'll be gross.
Okay. 94% chance they see precipitation in Chicago on Saturday. The big question is it over by the time the game starts? Cloudy and breezy with some snow with little or no accumulation. Dress warmly for the football game, Chicago. It is likely to be absolutely rocking. Who mentioned that? Matt, the environment in Chicago is going to be nuts. I hope so. Which
see ticket prices? So get in ticket prices for most of them are like 150 to 200. Chicago, it's like 480. Like they are hungry for that game. This is a good one. If you wanted some Panthers upside or Rams hedge, Panthers highest scoring team at 38 to 1. That's an insane number for anything can happen in NFL. We saw that. We mentioned this. I don't know that they were the highest scoring team that week, but I do believe the Beastquake score took them into the 40s. Like a bad team can score.
Josh Wyrick, you are getting a specific shout out for an amazingly good comment. That is a really good comment. 38-1.
It's funny. It's the second person I've seen mention that. I saw it on the timeline yesterday.
That is really good.
Someone's like, I'm going to bet this instead of the money line because if they win, how many points are they scoring? A shitload. Yes. No, it's the correct pick.
Because the market favorite right now is Rams, I'm assuming. Right?
Rams, Bills, and then Eagles, Patriots, Jags are right there, and then you have a Green Bay, Chicago tier.
Yeah.
And then
so if the Panthers outscore the team that is expected to score the most points, then that 38-1 is looking pretty damn good. That's a great comment.
Also, not favored to be the highest scoring game. Bills Jags is 2-1 on DraftKings right now to be the highest scoring game. And then, Patriots, Bears, Eagles, Panthers are kind of in that 4-1 range with Pittsburgh, a heavy underdog in that one. Weekly leaders. Who do you think your weekly leader besides Matthew Stafford is for passing yards this week?
I don't have an opinion on passing yards. I want to talk about rushing yards.
Okay, I can scroll a little down. It's Saquon is your favorite.
Okay.
That doesn't feel right.
No. What's the number on T-Law and what's the number on Drake May?
T-Law as in Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
He is 100-1, man. 90-1.
Now we're fucking talking. That's where my head is at.
Is 100-1. I love it.
Those are both good.
I don't know. I love it. I think there's too many running backs that are going to get leaned on where it's going to hurt so bad when Trevor Lawrence has 90 yards rushing, and that's really ecstatic about it. But James Cook exists, or honestly, ETN could have a couple big ones. Either of the guys there, you could have a decent McCaffrey week if they use him in volume. Saquon feels kind of funny the way that they're running their offense. Josh Jacobs, maybe. I don't know if I see that as much as Cook. Kyron Williams is plus 850 is your fourth favorite. That one kind of feels like in a leading game state, he might get leaned on heavily as well.
The worst running defense in the playoffs is the Buffalo Bills, and they have a specific problem defending the running quarterback. And I think Liam Cohen is smart enough to pick up on that personally. I think T-Law sets his career high for rushing yards this week. And I think he scores a couple long touchdowns, honestly.
Receiving, Puka, a heavy favorite, 4-1. And then Nico, AJ Brown, Christian Watson. Wow. George Kittle, Teto Braba, McMillan, DK Metcalf, Devonta Smith, Devonta Adams, Jacoby Myers, all 21 or under.
Would you be surprised to know that Trevor Lawrence's career high of rushing came this year playing Seattle?
Would he have 82 yards?
44.
Not going to be hard to set that record.
Nah, not really.
You know who I'm kind of interested in for most, besides we talked about Kenny Gainwell. Somebody brought up Gainwell the other day as far as just he's going to keep getting receptions. If he breaks one or two, he could just have 120 yards with, an 8 out of 3. That sort of shit can happen with these running backs.
Yeah.
Kenny Gainwell's 50-1. That's a look.
I'm sorry.
I was wanting to bring up. Somebody who's been targeted a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Correct yourself. Well, just real quick, the other one I was looking at, because the way they've looked at him on some deep stuff, especially when the focus is going to be on McMillan, Jalen Coker gets a lot of looks, and they're going to be in a trailing game state. He might get 100 yards in the fourth quarter in a game they can't win. Jalen Coker's 40-1. I like him a lot for most receiving yards this weekend.
I won't stop that at all. That's a great look.
Maybe Loveland.
The Seattle game was I was sorting by yards lost due to sacks, not yards gained rushing. So very different perspective.
I was going to say that doesn't seem that high. 40.
It's not. No, his highest total is 59. It came against the New Orleans Saints back in 2023. His highest this year was 54. He had 10 rushing attempts against the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy. 10 rushing attempts for 54 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. And you know what? A game that feels pretty similar to me in terms of how you want to just cook up a plan. It is the Jags against the Chiefs game that we saw from Monday night back in October. Obviously, the Jags are a much better team now than they were then, but they were able to come away with that victory. I think T-Law as your sneaky rushing leader of the week is a fun one. Jalen Coker fully endorsed that as receiving leader of the week.
You know, another one that he kind of gets lost in the shuffle is Kayshon Boutte. Is he like, we're full go on him, right? He's just healthy and whatever.
Can you riddle me what's going on with
he's in the don't Google Kayshon Boutte right now. Apparently he opened up about a gambling addiction.
Oh, is that right? What do you think of the primary yardage accumulator for Chicago? Worst pass defense by my numbers in this playoffs is Green Bay. But if they go with that blitz strategy, they're going to have guys running wide open all over the fucking place. Do you have an opinion on who ultimately gets the attention there?
I mean, we talked about it. Loveland being a bit of the blitz beater yesterday, but it's tough with both of those receivers missing time here and there, and them kind of having to change who's getting the most bites at the apple, who's getting the most, lining up in the slot for some of those games where, we had multiple missing receivers for 2 weeks there, and
I should
for
also
longer with Burden.
I should also qualify. Carolina's pass defense is worse than Green Bay's, but I'm kind of excluding Carolina because I think the game state might lean into the run. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm going to play some Loveland overs, but yeah, if you wanted like the guy who has the ceiling, the highest ceiling, maybe the rookie. Yeah, Matt Ryan says Burden.
Mm-hmm.
I still will stick to that. I think he's the best rookie receiver. Not to take anything. Egbuka was great. Tedero is awesome. We have a couple other guys that are kind of in the periphery on other teams, but man, I like Luther Burden a lot, especially how they've used him when he's healthy.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm long Burden. If I were a best ball guy, I'd be drafting Burden next year. I'm not a best ball guy. I can't handle it. It's so boring to me. Do a draft in like May for stuff that's going to happen in 6 months. Oh my God.
No thanks. Yeah. All right, man. Any other thoughts in the superlatives?
No, the passing yards one is, again, maybe if you are looking at that. Well, yeah, maybe that's another way. We talked about and we gave him his flowers for the Carolina take. Maybe it is hey, Carolina's down by 22 points, and Bryce Young is 20-1 to lead it in passing yards. Bryce Young, 425 yards on 56 dropbacks in a 15-point loss. Bryce Young is a dog being in a trailing game state against it. We don't know if Quentin Lake is just going to come back and fix the secondary, and they're probably going to have to be throwing the ball quite a bit. So that one interests me. Of the other dogs, Rodgers not as much. Hurts definitely not as much. Caleb is interesting at 14-1, considering I definitely am able to entertain a spot where Green Bay and Love look good, where we get good Love, we get good LaFleur, and suddenly the Bears are in a trailing game state for a big portion of that game. And it's my boy Ben Johnson. Maybe it's a little windy, but they have their receivers back. They can do a bunch of screens. They can do a bunch of, slants over the middle shit, and he just throws 50 times. Yeah, Bryce is 37.50 at Circa, which we can't bet till tomorrow unless I drive to Iowa. I have multiple Circa apps on my phone. You need one for every state, guys. Just the most annoying thing. If you are at Circa tomorrow, come say hi to us.
Oh yeah,
we'll be watching football.
Absolutely, good call, man. Anyone that is a must use for you in the fantasy contest?
No, I started to look at this a little. It's tough. I think maybe here, let's do the same thing. Let's do a quick power ratings of what team is most likely to play at least 3 games. Because when you're building these, and what some of the contests I'm in, they aren't drafts. It's simply put together a fantasy team. Pick whoever you want. 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, kicker, defense. And essentially, you're doing math on building a team where you get, the most points, but also the most volume.
You need the quarterback ultimately accumulates the most points, right? So you need a quarterback in 3 games. Isn't that right?
Quarterback in 3 games. It's almost like you really need at least the quarterback, 1 running back, and 2 wide receivers in 3 games. Having the other running back and the other wide receiver at least in 2. Such as life.
You need a running back led team on one half of the bracket and a quarterback led team on the other half of the bracket, both on your squad.
Or it can be a wild card team and if you believe a team with a bye is going to the Super Bowl, you can have them on the same side of the bracket. They both can get 3 games at that point.
I don't think anyone around Seattle is touchable except for JSN, which makes it really tough game theory wise. You could just take Seattle's defense and hope Seattle goes down in an ugly one. Yeah, I'm going to build. Like they win a game where they have a bunch. It's total accumulated points, right? So you need. I think you're looking at Seattle defense, and you're hoping they win a game where they get 3 turnovers, and then lose a game where they allow the opponents 13 points or something.
I will build a really contrarian team as well. There's the one of the contests I'm in. It's like, how many teams can I have? I texted. As many as you want, dude. $20 a team. Enter as many as you want. It's a big contest. Or just, a lot of people will do like 5 teams or more. So I will do. They
don't know you're running hot in contests.
No, I will run I'll run back a Steelers, Niners, something along those lines, like a real, 3 of each on something like that, where it's just, if things get really wild, you're just at the top of the leaderboard by default because nobody did that sort of thing. But yeah, it's going to have to be, a Matthew Stafford team, even though he's going to be really chalky. And then you decide how to get weird on the other side of the bracket with probably running backs and wide receivers from the AFC that you hope get 3 games. Because I don't know that I want to take a Rams running back in that spot. The running backs are tough too, because Christian McCaffrey's great, might play 1 game. Saquon Barkley might play 3, 4, but the usage has been weird, and I don't know that he's fully healthy. So when I get on the airplane tomorrow, it's gonna be like me just writing it. I might not even pay for internet. I might just go analog on a notebook and start writing out things on how I feel things are going to go. Then I'll text those in when I land. But that's a fun contest. I do enjoy those sort of things come playoff times. I haven't found full playoff superlatives. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place, but I do like the weekly leader stuff for sure.
We'll dig that. Okay. What else you got? Or should we wrap up this? We already kind of spilled beans on what are you doing this weekend. We'll be
wine of the week is Drew's pick. This is blessed, just absolutely blessed to have Drew at my side at dinner, because then I don't have to half-ass it through the wine menu and try to guess. You simply hand the wine menu to Andrew, and he takes care of the picking things out.
I'm looking at the Barry's Downtown Prime wine list right now. This is going to be a tough call. Although Intercept by Charles Woodson from Paso Robles, 2021 vintage. It's only $75.
It's funny. He was there.
That's he was bottle there number the other 2 day for sure. That's bottle number 2, easy. He was
not when I was eating. Yeah, not when I was eating, but somebody else I was talking to was like, yeah, he was there the other night. I think that's part of the deal. Is they carry his wine and he eats there a bunch. Maybe they just
that's cool.
Comp him.
Cool. They have many, many very good choices here. Basically, everything that I was like, oh, I wonder if they have that. It's on here. This Cabernet list of California choices is very, very good. We'll see if I could talk you into it. But the La Jolla Mount Veeder 2019. Oh my God, that's a tough find. That's a good one. The Alpha Omega is good, but that's too much of a price point.
I'll build fantasy teams. You look at wine.
Camus at 240 is.
Should we bring one?
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
$50 corking fee. That's not terrible.
Is that what it is? Corkage is 50?
I'm sure.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It is actually.
That's not bad at all. All right. Well, I still have work to do, but yeah, we'll be, I guess, steaks and Cabernet go together like peas and carrots. Honestly,
in Cabernet. Yes.
In general,
I had a steak last week there, but you know what? I'll have another one.
Yeah. In general, the go-to move in Las Vegas is, don't overthink it, California Cab. California and Las Vegas, very, very close together, very easy to transport and keep those wines in amazing condition. Much tougher to get them to the desert from Europe. So I tend to steer away from the French and Italian in Las Vegas. Stick to California.
Yeah.
I'll probably look for. I'll look for a nice Syrah probably as well. I know you like the leathery, tobacco-y ones. Most of the Syrahs that you can get out there from like the Santa Rita area, from Santa Barbara County area, like those are all pretty sick. Let's see here. What do they got? None of these are really. Actually, the Kohler Estate is actually a really good price point for that. That's not bad. San Ynez Valley. That might be a good second bottle. All right, man. Let's wrap it here.
It won't let me open the wine list. Oh, now I have the PDF. There we go.
Yeah, I'm looking at
no
the PDF
champagne.
too.
That doesn't sound. Nobody wants a champagne. Jesus, they do have a hell of a list.
It's a really good list. I think the 2018 Screaming Eagle is probably off the table at $5,900. You can find that for much cheaper.
What was the Cabernet that you're like, we're not doing this one?
The Alpha
Grace Family 2019 is $12.50 a bottle.
The Alpha Omega, Oakville 2012 is good as hell, but that's $1,300. That's too much.
How much is the Camus? 2023 though.
The 100-acre prices. 100-acre is like this kind of cult boutique. Okay, here you go. Wine of the week story. You ready?
I don't know that I would enjoy a $1,500 bottle enough to buy it.
Yeah, so 100-acre is a cult wine. It's like small production, hard to get. Everybody loves it. The guy that made it has another. He has another label that I have tried that I'm blanking on, but I have a good photo of it. Let me scroll back to October. What's his other label? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, Fortunate Son. It's the same guy makes Fortunate Son and 100-acre. It's a cult wine. Tough to find. They have a 2006, 2019, and a 2021. The 06 is probably ready to drink, but the rate that I've always heard is better than the ancient way. Whatever the case is, this guy, kind of an asshole. They were in a drought up there. They had a no fire, kind of notice across Napa because of the conditions. It was fire, red flag warning as they call it, and this guy rented out his property, or maybe had a private party there that was like a wedding. They had a fire pit. It started a fire. It almost ruined the entire harvest, particularly up in the northern part of the Napa Valley. As if you have grapes on the vine and smoke comes through and kind of sets in, it will taint the grapes so that they are unmistakably smoky in a bad way. And it was a very close call for the 2025 harvest because of this fire. And supposedly,
you don't want taint in your grave.
allegedly started by the guy who kind of the cult winemaker of 100 Acre Unfortunate Son. So he might be in a little bit of trouble. Breaking: Al Michaels, 81, will return to call NFL games. I thought he was 83.
Cannot believe
this. 83.
He seems so disinterested in the games half the time. They must be paying him just an amount that they must be paying him an amount that he just says like, well, I'd feel foolish saying no.
I feel like he's probably afraid if he stops doing this, he's gonna die.
He'll just die. Yeah, like that happens to people.
Yeah. So. Anyway.
All right. Well, we'll try to do a halftime while we're out there, huh?
Let's do it, man. Yeah. Why not? Bears. I
don't see why not.
Bears Packers. Yeah.
Yeah. Bears Packers halftime live from
somewhere. We'll be staring right at the board. Hopefully, that'll be cool. All right, man.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Safe travels. See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Maybe I'll bring some Fortunate Son. I think I got one.